Hi, today I wanted to go over two Octavia builds. So both of these builds use the 4 red duration shards here and 1 yellow casting speed. If you want to tower forge these, you can. It would be better to get higher duration. I would say especially for this first build here, this ability build, 240 is the minimum duration you want to go for. 240 with concentration brings you up to 300, which gives you exactly a minute, well, technically 59.9 seconds on these three. 301% would give you a minute. But I messed around with stuff, couldn't figure out how to get exactly 301, so we have this. Yeah, if you want more range, you can replace range for duration, especially if you Tau Forge those 4, get the extra 20%, you can replace something, do a different variation of this, probably replace Constitution with Augur, maybe? I don't know. Do some messing around with the duration things to get it to work with Tau Forge, so you'd have 240 here, you can get higher range. One thing I will say though is you do want to be running Cunning Drift here, you get that up to 184 range. Strength 194 gives us a decent boost to this, especially with Crepuscular, bring that up another 30. You'll get nice buffs from all of these. This Octavia build is just your sort of typical build where you sort of just put your stuff down, get invisibility, go A, and quote unquote go AFK. And yeah, you don't need to shoot, enemies will kill themselves with your ability. Oh yeah. The song I'm using is Ninja Ozzy's on, you can check out his turn build on Overframe for the, because if you want it. Other than that, I just have a bunch of different songs on here. So yeah. I like this one though, because it actually lets you use all the things, so it's very easy to get invisible. So I highly recommend going and checking out the guide he has for that. For the weapon, I have the Latron here. So using Hush because we're going to be invisible, and actually because we're going to be invisible, we'll use Spectral Restoration. Sorry about that. Just generic generic glaive with duplicate. And yeah, so these. So, weapons are mostly important for this next build here. So this is a very, as you can see, weird build. Basically, I just wanted to focus this build around getting high strength to max out her metronome boosts. And because I want this to be more of a gun platform, I wanted her to be mobile, so that's why I replaced this with Eclipse. You can also replace this with Zada's Roar, Nourish. If you do Nourish, I suggest replacing either probably her Resonator here, just so you can still have both of them. Nourish does not count as a damage multiplier like Eclipse and Roar does, so you can have Amp and Nourish. Although with Eclipse, Roar, Zadas, you can only have those or Amp. Kind of works for this because, again, like I said, I wanted this build to be mobile. 3 moves with you, Mallet and Resonator follows you around. So yeah. Now, again, Crepuscular for the invisibility strength buff, as well as the 3x critical damage. And Acceleration here to boost our Latron. So, one thing to note for your metronome is this, the Opera, which is the whole reason I really made this build, is the multishot boost. And in order to get it, you have to shoot not... So, it's weird. You don't really shoot fire rate-wise in time, it's more how the game perceives your shots being fired, like tick-wise, with the game. I found that Vile Acceleration, Arcane Acceleration, and Reinforced Bond gives you it pretty consistently. Also, running no fire rate gives it to you pretty consistently. Other combinations I've noticed sort of mess it up, as well as also you don't get the insane fire rate from having all 3 of these together. So this is Worm. Again, normal Worm I use, Tenacious, Reinforced, Synth, and then 4 Vigimods on here. Eventually I do plan on forming this to get this to actually be a Vigilante mod. But Hush actually works pretty well with it. Another nice thing about this is because I was already running Glaive, with Eclipse, Glaives, like Glaive Prime here, double dip on it. So running something like Duplicate with Eclipse, this does a lot of damage, especially because her Mallet gives you that melee damage boost. So we'll show this off here. on enemies. I want to go invisible. The thing is, see, just firing a little bit, and I already have my, where is it? There is the Opera multi-shot boost already. And yeah, like, see, that's the Latron here, because I'm all pronouncing. This thing sort of just very much deletes very quickly. You have super crit damage. And you basically always have that multi-shot pop up. You're always invisible. If you want to even cut down these two, this will kill even faster because now, since you have such high strength, these things, even without amp, will just sort of kill your enemies very quickly. Simulacrum's been lucky for me today, and even though I am invisible, as you can see, it's not showing me as invisible. I do have it set to show me as that. There it goes, and now I'm invisible. It's been a bit buggy with Octavia. So yeah, if you want to do a safer build here, I would replace this with, not Cunning Drift, replace Cunning Drift with Prime Sure-Footed. So you have the knockdown immunity still, and then replace something with Rolling Guard. Most likely a Mars here, just 50% ability strength. If you really want to be safe, have the status immunity, just put Rolling Guard here. 15% doesn't make too big of a difference. Honestly, I think, now I'm thinking about it, I'm going to keep that here. So yeah. There we go. Again, you can also replace this if you want even more strength with Power Drift. You don't want too little of a range because you do still want your mallet and resonator that's following you around to stun and confuse enemies and for them to shoot at it. Yeah, acceleration, you can put whatever you want here. Again, so the best thing for guns to get the metronome buff is a consistent, like, semi-auto fire rate. So Lightham's another really good one for to get the buff out of Octavia. I used to have Flux Rifle, because I thought that would be good, but it doesn't actually, I never was able to really get it to proc. Phantasma procced sometimes, but I don't know, it was really inconsistent. I've been really liking Latron Honor though, especially because the Incarnate mode sort of bouncy balls look like disco balls, kind of match aesthetically with it. And yeah, that's it for the two builds. Again, so sort of your generic Octavia build. Put Cunning Drift here, and then sort of experimental mobile Eclipse build here, gun platform-esque. Yeah, that is it for today. Thank you for watching.